Howdy, y'all, this is CJ, also known as the Asphalt Cowboy, if you want to. So, today we are going to be reacting to big rigs, bigger blunders when trucking doesn't go as planned. So, one thing I want to do with my channel, along with doing reactions, is actually watching some of the videos kind of like this, where I can give you a little bit of insight on the trucking industry if you don't know it. So hopefully I can be helpful in that. If you guys actually have any questions about the trucking industry, be sure to put in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. But let's go ahead and bring up this video, and we're going to go ahead and see what these having. Let's see what this has in store for us. So let's go ahead and put these on. There we go. Now let's go ahead and hit play. Already so POV, it's Friday and it's your last load before home time. Wow. So right off the bat, that's something else. I've done that with my pickup. I haven't gone forward to offload it, but I have actually gone in reverse in my pickup, in my personal vehicle, to offload a couch, doing something similar. I just put in reverse, haul rear back, and just hit the brakes as hard as I can, and the couch went sliding right off. It was actually awesome. I wish I'd recorded that. That would have been so cool. But I don't highly recommend doing that, for the mere fact that you could probably damage the product doing this. I did it with the couch because I was at the dump. We were throwing it away. But this, you could damage the wood, crack it, break it. I wouldn't recommend doing something like that with product that is actually good and is actually supposed to be used for something. Also, be sure to subscribe to these people, the people who put this up, or check them out. I'll put a link to their YouTube channel down in the description if you want to check out more of their videos. So, let's continue.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
So much wrong with this. So much wrong. Oh my goodness. Just straps. Just straps all over. Just that is not safe. That was from, oh my goodness.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch?
So, DOT officer is not actually going to be jumping for joy when he sees that. You're going to be parked. You're going to be probably fined, and you are not going to be allowed to leave until either a tow truck comes and gets you, or a mechanic comes out and fixes it. They are not going to let you go with that. Yeah, they're not, and trust me, they're not going to be jumping for joy like that guy was. He is, yeah. When you got CVLs instead of CDOs. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about that one.
Yo!
Alright, so a couple things on this video. One, I don't know if this guy is a new driver or what, but clearly he was not trained. Well, yeah, he might have been trained properly, but he made one fatal flaw, made a fatal issue. You see where his truck is pointing? Right there? Yeah. That's what is known as a blindside back. So basically, a blindside back is exactly what it sounds like. You can't see anything. You can't see what's behind you. You can't see what's beside you. So, a lot of truck drivers, it's actually in the manual, in the driving manual, it is actually told, it actually says it in the book, do not blindside back if possible. So now I don't know what's over here that's preventing him from doing a proper back, but yeah, this is not good. And honestly, I've done a blindside back in a day cab. Actually, I drive a day cab. I'm a local driver. This right here is a window. If you're going to do a blindside back, use the window. Because you can see the line here. You can see what's going on. It's not a total blindside if you have a window. He could have seen that coming, but instead he decided to hit the building. He hit this, which is not. I have, yeah, that he didn't think that through.
Get the out.
All right, didn't see that coming. Oh my goodness. Let's go back. So he's on a railroad track, clearly trying to get over. I don't know if there was lights or what, but he definitely should have known better than to cross that track at that moment.
La way. La.
And guess what? Now he has to call his dispatcher and explain how he lost his load. And it's not going to be a fun conversation. Because honestly, after he says that he lost his load due to a train, and I haven't been hit by a train, thankfully, knock on wood. But I assume the conversation kind of went like, how did you get hit by a train? What were you doing? Were there any signs that a train was coming? Because dispatchers love asking 20 questions. I understand that they're trying to get as much information out of you as possible, but they ask a lot of questions, especially when things like that happen.
Whatever. I don't know how far I'm gonna get it out.
So I really hope the guy's all right, because that is a horrible sight to see, especially for another truck driver. It is one of the things you don't ever want to see is a truck in the ditch, especially when he has hit something and the front of his cab looks like that. Like, I hope he's all right. Like, there's numerous things that could have happened to cause him to go off road. It could have been he started to get drowsy and he just ended up going onto the shoulder. Another thing is something could have happened where he had no other choice but to go on the shoulder and he just lost it. And if he did do that, a lot of, like, I've had it happen to me, and it definitely is a little bit nerve-wracking is what will happen is your tires will hit the gravel or something, and depending on your speed, it'll try to drag you off the road. Like you're fighting the wheel to get back on the road if you hit the gravel. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Like, you can see he's coming. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out that he's coming, he's going to be going this way. Don't know what went through his head to think going in front of you is going to be a good idea or trying to get through that gap, because it wasn't. As you can see, it didn't end well. Because you can see right there, he just gets trapped right there. I actually got asked this just recently. I was actually just asked this by a new driver recently. He asked me, when you're going under an overpass, how do you know if you're the right height? If you're going to make it? Well, generally speaking, certain states have different height restrictions. Not height restrictions, but height restrictions for bridges. If the bridge or the overpass is a certain height, like so far down, they are required to have a sign that says height. Like let's say the overpass is 12 feet high. There is going to be a sign there, like almost, I want to say 15 to 20 feet before the overpass. And shoot, sometimes they're like half a mile before that overpass. And they even post it right on the overpass saying, height 12 feet. Or bridge height 12 feet. So, I don't know if this, I'm assuming that there might have been a sign there that says this high, but let's take another look. Let's see how it looks. So, let's back it up a little bit more. So I'm actually not sure exactly how he ended up doing this. My best guess is that it is the proper height, but the guy hit the island here, which brought up that one side just enough to just smack the bridge. So now he's stuck. But going back to the signs real quick, if the bridge is over like 14 feet, like I said, each state's different in how they label their bridges and overpasses. I believe in my state, which is Wisconsin, in my state, I believe the point that they don't label the bridges is over 14 feet, 14 or over. I think they don't label, but anything under they do. I could be wrong. I'm going off of pure memory because I haven't actually looked at Wisconsin's height scale in a little bit. But
stand aside, everybody. Stand aside. We got Daddy coming.
Those guys are always fun to see because you're going down the road and you see him coming. You either need to be going fast with him or you need to get on the shoulder and get out of his way.
this boy
like these people right here. I love a good Jake brake. I wish my truck had a good Jake brake, but it doesn't. You hear noise, it's my dog walking around. Alright. But yeah, I love a good Jake brake. Yeah, truck stops at like 3 in the morning are packed. You're lucky if you can find a parking
Please
space.
just back it up and get your box, bud. Please just get your loader tires off my truck.
It's not on it, but it's close. I have to.
He's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he's driving a loaded loader. I trust
Be
him.
this close to unload you. It's up to you.
Thank you.
I gotta go back. Alright. So the guy who ended up getting hit, he should have kept going. There's no reason why he couldn't have kept going. I'm willing to bet he had plenty of time to move. The guy in the semi, obviously, I don't know. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention, or if he just braked right in front of him. But that's a bad day.
1, 2, 3, start. Joy putsu, woi putsu, joy putsu, woi putsu, joy putsu, woi putsu.
Now, not all truckers are like this. If you are a trucker, I understand your frustration and people parking in front of trailers. I get it. But don't do that. I know you're probably having a bad day, and that does not help. Please do not put grease in the car's handle. It's funny, and it'd be a good prank if you know the guy, but don't do that to a random guy's car. And like I said, I understand the frustration. I've had to deal with that a few times myself, and it sucks. It really does. But all you can do is just try to stay calm and get the job done.
Bro, how much shit is on this fucking train? I've been sitting
A
here
lot.
for 20 minutes! Nah, there's another fucking train, dude! Fuck!
Heavy.
Oh, that one was good. Yeah, trains are long. Sometimes the best you can do is just set your brakes and just enjoy it. Just chill out. I've had to stop for trains before, and I've just set my brake, and I just grabbed my phone and just started watching a video or something until until the train finally goes by. There's nothing you can do. Just sit and try to find some way to enjoy your time until that train goes by.
The haul truck just ripped open the side of this tanker. Fucking guy didn't stop for the pilot trucks. Jesus Christ.
That looks bad.
Dude, fuck!
Heavy haul
Oh my goodness.
truck just ripped open the side of this tanker.
The gashes in the side of that tank is just insane. Like, oh my goodness. And the fact that he's still going is also insane. Like, that's a point where you need to stop and you need to start doing damage control. Like, you're
Fucking guy didn't
Okay, he is stopped. That's just my ignorant self not noticing. But yeah, he is stopped. Because that is horrible. Because now we got to contact EPA, hazmat cleanup, all this stuff to come out and clean all this up. And if they know who did this and they're able to get a hold of him, and trust me, they're probably going to do that. They're going to hunt this guy down. There's going to be a huge fine to pay for, you know, like the NRA, Natural Resources, DNR, Department of Natural Resources, is going to come after this guy because that's a lot of gasoline just going into the soil of the by the road and all that stuff, and the company itself is going to go after either this driver or the company that the other driver drives for, because they're going to pay for all of that damage and loss of product right there. But that sucks.
Stop for the pilot trucks. Jesus Christ.
Clearly was not paying attention to his turn and ended up hitting this barrier right here. That's why you gotta pay attention. You gotta make sure your swing is just right. That's why when you see a lot of truck drivers, they come out and then they just swing wide. This is why. This is why we need to swing wide. Because if we don't, stuff like this happens. I don't know why they're saying revoke his license, because that's exactly what this is meant for. Like, they make it sloped like this so that if a semi goes through, they can go, because that's called the skirt. That's the skirt. It is actually more or less designed to be driven on for the trailers, for the tractor trailers, so that they can get around a roundabout and not get stuck. So that he did not do anything wrong in this video. I don't know why they're saying revoke his license. He didn't do anything wrong. He did exactly what he didn't do anything wrong.
Hey Garmin.
You guys ever seen a 379 Peterbilt take off without making a sound? Check this out.
The heck does he have in his engine, under his hood? I've never seen a truck take off without any sound. Does he have an RC battery in there? I feel bad for that guy. I really do. Because you just imagine being just sitting there. He's probably either just getting there to, get ready to fuel up, put fuel, drop his fuel or whatnot. Or he just wrapped up putting more fuel in the tanks for that truck stop. And this guy just backed up into him. That, yeah. Gas prices did go up, but he definitely Oh my goodness. Oh. Tire blowout. Yeah, those things are violent. I've never had a tire blowout on me, but my dad has. He's had 2 or 3 of them, and like he just had one recently, and he ended up having to wait in the middle of nowhere to wait for someone to come out and replace his tires. That sucks. And they're not like a normal car where they just cause a leak and then the tire just deflates. No, they blow. Like they actually explode just explode. And they cause a lot of damage. Like just rewatch this. Watch what happens when it finally goes. You can kind of hear it just blow. Because that's about 100 and that was the steer tire. I'm not gonna give you guys the specifics, but that was over 100 pounds of PSI. That just on both steer tires. That's insane. Yeah, that's. Holy mother. Sorry, I keep going back. It's just. Again. Clearance. You gotta swing out wide when you're making right turns. You've gotta do it. And you gotta see where you're going. You gotta, like, when you're coming up to a turn or you're trying to leave somewhere, you've gotta, like, as you're approaching, you've gotta figure out how you're gonna get out of there. How you're gonna make that turn. Whether it be going out further into the street and then making a right turn, then turning, or getting all the way over to your left, take up the whole entrance of that parking lot to make that right turn. Whatever you have to do to make it without that happening.
Dude! You took a car out and a car! Oh my god, look at this car.
Yeah, he did not turn out the proper way.
This truck driver was driving through NB94 at 3 a.m. in Chicago. Another driver...
Wait, where did he say he was?
NB94 at 3 a.m. in Chicago.
Get here.
This truck driver was driving through NB94 at 3 a.m. in Chicago.
NB94? Let's see if it is. Yeah, NB94. In Chicago. Oh. Took me a little bit to figure that out. Northbound I-94. So, 294 turns into I-94. Coming out of Chicago. Well, actually coming out of Illinois. So, I've actually been on this road.
Chicago. Another driver was distracted or falling asleep and he went into his lane.
Whoa.
And hit him, pushing him to the other lane. He found himself trapped between...
Oh, that's I've had people come over the line next to me before while I'm driving, and I'll tell you, it's a little nerve-wracking, I'll say, because you don't want him to hit you, and I've actually had to. Luckily, I drive on the right-hand side because my truck is governed at 65 miles an hour. And for anyone who doesn't know, govern means that is the limit. That is how fast I am physically able to go. So if you're out there and you see a truck that's going slower than you, there's a good chance that there's about a 99% chance that he is actually governed at that speed, and he can't physically go any faster. No matter honking your horn, no matter how much you don't like it, trust me, the driver doesn't like it either. If we had it our way, we would be doing the speed limit. We would be doing the speed limit on the interstate, but because we're governed at certain speeds, we can only go that speed. So yeah, I'm governed at 65 miles an hour, so I'm on the right lane. I'm usually in the right lane, just trying to keep out of the way. And I've had people come over into my lane just like that, and I've actually gone onto the shoulder a little bit just to avoid getting hit. Luckily, the guy realized it and came back over before he actually hit me. But it is definitely not a fun
Two
experience.
semi-trucks getting hit from both sides as the trucks closed in.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that? I mean, just get a look at that.
Even with this dip slot, he's having some fun trying to get through that mud. And he must be loaded too, so that doesn't help. Dude tipped over and and as they're pulling him back straight, he ends up rolling further into the ditch. That sucks.
Get the fuck out of here! Holy fuck, you stupid fucking car! Holy fuck!
This right here is.
So, I've had that happen to me a few times. Actually, more than a few times. I've had it happen numerous times where I'm going down the road and the guy in front of me is going slower than me. It's like, why are you going slower than me? I understand this guy's frustration. It's insane. I don't think he needed to hit the brakes that hard, because if you're looking far enough ahead like you're supposed to, you don't need to worry about having to hit your brakes quite that hard. But I have definitely had people like this in the past. Like, it sucks. It really does. I actually just had something similar happen to me a couple of days ago. It was raining out. I'm going a decent speed. There's no one in front of me. Absolutely no one. And then all of a sudden, and I'm going about 60 to 65, which again, that's my physical limit is 65. I'm going about 60 to 65 miles an hour on this interstate, and this guy pulls out in front of me going like, I want to say 49 miles an hour. And I mean right in front of me. Like, there's like, I either had to hit the brakes or move. And moving wasn't an option because there was a car right next to me. So I ended up having to hit the brakes. Everything goes in slow motion when that happens. And this is almost a daily occurrence for some drivers. For most drivers. Yeah. If you're driving a car, you're driving a pickup, anything smaller than a semi, if you see his truck lights getting bigger with every passing second, that's an indication that he is getting closer. Please, if you're going slower than him, do not get in front of him. Beyond common, despite the misconception that because we have more brakes, we can stop faster, it's actually quite the opposite. It's because we can't stop as fast is why we have more brakes. And even then, we still stop slower than you. It takes us 7 seconds. Well, depending on the weight, it takes about 5 to 7 seconds to stop safely. That's why if you see the car right here, and then you see the truck all the way back here, that's because he is keeping his distance. He's keeping a safe distance so that if anything happens, he can brake safely. He can stop safely. And when people get in front of you, get in that gap, he has to now back off, get off the fuel, and create more space so that he is at a safe distance.
Prime example why you need to watch your speed and how hard you hit the brakes when the roads are wet and in inclement weather.
Exactly. Yeah, I say exactly as I've just finished a story about how I was going about 60, 65 miles in the rain. So I'm not the best. That was not the best example of watching your speed.
Jesus Christ.
So what happened there was by the context of what he said and what happened, I'm assuming he hit his brakes locked up, and he hydroplaned, which is really easy to do in a tractor trailer. Because if you hit your brakes hard enough, you will literally go sideways in that truck. It's not that hard. You gotta watch how hard you're hitting those brakes. Now, I say that my last story was not the best example, but I still kept a good distance, and sorry, thinking about something. You just gotta keep your distance and make sure you brake evenly. And if you feel like you're gonna start to skid, you resort to stab braking, which is brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off.
This is why it's so dangerous, guys. When you're not paying attention to the long hood truck, wait for it. Dang. Gotta always be careful, boy. The old Lotus is about to be a smashed bug.
I gotta go back because I didn't understand the concept of what he was just talking about.
For it.
Oh. Yeah, that right there. That right there is why you do not want to be too close to it. He's got a square body, so that doesn't help. The sloped trucks are a little bit better. Not by much, but they're a little bit better. But yeah, if you're too close to a car, which is why why a truck driver needs to keep his distance. If you're too close to the front end of that truck, we can't see you. It's the same for the back. If you're so close to our rear end that you can't see our mirrors, there's a 100% chance we cannot see you. A lot of times I've had people behind me who they ride the back of my trailer. And the only way I knew that they were there is either one, it was dark enough so they had their headlights on, so I could see their headlights bouncing off my back of my trailer, or the sun was in just the right position where the shadow of their car was actually peeking out from the back of my trailer. That was the only way I knew that there was someone behind me. So you gotta keep your distance trucks need to keep distance from the cars, and the cars need to keep their distance from the trucks, from the rear ends of the trucks. Because if we have to slam on our brakes and you're not paying attention, you're gonna hit the back of that trailer, and we are not going to feel it. We really won't. You'll hit us, and we will just keep driving because we won't feel it.
Gotta always be careful, boy. The old Lotus is about to be a smashed bug.
This is what it's like to transition into Ohio. I mean, Indiana, it's not difficult to maintain roads.
So I've been in Ohio and I've been in Indiana, but I don't think I've ever been on this particular road. And yeah, that looks, by the bouncing of the truck, yeah, that's a pretty rough patchwork. That's pretty rough road.
Oh, god damn, so glad that's over.
See how I come up here? I block the whole fucking road. I don't give a goddamn if they gotta wait. Fuck them. I gotta make a fucking right. I don't even turn my fucking blinker on yet. Because I don't want to deal with their fucking shit. So, look. See what I mean? So he'll come around me and get right there and then stop at the fucking light and block me up. Do you get it? Fucking dumb cock.
So what he's talking about here in a not so elegant way is, so he's got to make a right-hand turn, and what he's doing is he's trying to position himself in the best way possible to safely execute this right-hand turn. And what that means is that he's going to have to take up both lanes in order to get that arch, to get around that curve, around here. So, if you see a truck taking up both lanes, he's got a really good reason to do so. If you can, please be patient. He's not going to take up any more time than he really needs to make that turn. Please be patient. Do not try to go around him. Do not cut him off. Just let him make his turn. Trust me, he will, once he gets through, and it takes, like you said, it takes all of maybe 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes max to get around that turn, make that turn. Once he's clear, you're good to go. Please, just have patience.
Here we go. So now I put my little fucking blinker on. I got a 745 on that. And then I'll take my fucking turn.
You can see I was starting to make the turn.
Now they can do whatever they want.
And he made the turn.
Now the road door is on the fucking.
So he had a wide load on too. So that's even more imperative that he makes that turn properly. Yeah, you can see how, and that's also why when you see some of these, see how the lines work at these lights, how the left-hand turn will actually be further back than the rest of the lines. It's because of that. It's so that the truck can make that turn nicely, can have the room to make that turn. And again, a lot of people tend to think that the line is, it says a suggestion. It's not a suggestion. It's there so that you stay safe, so we can stay safe, so we can make the turn properly, and everyone can go home safely. That's the main goal of the end of the day, is to make it home safely. Please help us try to do that. Stay on the other side of the line. Wait for us to make our turn. Please don't park on the other side. It's very dangerous, and we do not. We want you to go home just as much as we want to go home.
Do this to get your truck driver's attention. We love when you do this. And when you do this, you have to hit hard because inside it's hard to hear. The truck is so thick that you have to bang it super.
He's actually right. The truck's thick. The truck sleepers are so thick that if you pound on the door, on the actual cab door, they're not going to hear you. They are not going to hear you. You have to pound on the sleeper in order for them to hear you. And you actually have to pound on the sleeper because there's no other way they're gonna hear you otherwise.
It's not loud at all in there. Trust me, it sounds like you're hitting it hard, but from the inside, you can't really hear it. And the best time to ask the truck driver is when he has this up. That's to tell you that he's wide awake and he's ready for you to say something to him. Thank you for your service, truck driver, man. I understand he seems...
So, this is a bit of an exaggeration because I've actually talked to other truck drivers, and I've actually done paperwork for other truck drivers. And when I went to knock on their door, I've actually had to go knock on their sleeper. I'm like, hey, I just knocked on your door, you didn't answer, and they're like, yeah, you got to. And they've reminded me, because I don't drive sleeper very often. I don't drive sleeper anymore. I started out as an over-the-road driver. But now that I'm local, I tend to forget. I sometimes forget that a sleeper is really thick. And the guy actually told me that if you want my attention, you need to pound on the sleeper. So, the guy's being a bit dramatic about it, but...
He's upset. That's why he threw the water at us. Or we think it's water. And another tip for you. When you see a truck driver backing up, wait till they get lined up with their spot and then walk them back. They love when you do that. Thank you for the help. And don't forget, truck drivers love when you close their little window.
So he's being a bit dramatic. He's trying to say that it's a good thing when he's saying that it's not. It's actually a smart idea to, if you're going to guide a truck back, walk with the truck. Or stand by where they need to be. That way, when they get to you, you can tell them when to stop. He's being a bit dramatic. You actually want to, do that. Be smart about it, but yeah, they do appreciate it when you do actually guide them sometimes. Especially if they ask. If they ask, that means they need your help. So, that was a clip of big rigs, big blunders when trucking doesn't go as planned. I hope I gave you some information. I hope you guys got some valuable knowledge from me on this one. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the content, be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I've thought about it, and the thing that, if we make it to 1,000 subscribers, I will go live for an hour or two. We'll go live. You guys can ask me questions, and I'll answer them right then and there, if I'm able. But actually, before I forget, so just to make sure that people are aware, I told you that I wasn't going to go into specifics about the steer tires, inflation. The steer tire it's supposed to be between 100 and 120 PSI. So, but it's still over 100 PSI for the steer, all the tires. Now, reason I was a little off about that is because how we check our tires isn't with a gauge. A lot of truckers don't use gauges. We go around with a stick. We go around with a hammer, or boot, or a tire stick. And what it is, it's just basically a thick. It's just like a broom handle, cut off broom handle that you go around and you smack the tires. And if they sound off, a certain way, then it's a good indication that you need to air up your tires. That the tires are low on air. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. And again, if you guys want to watch more of these kind of videos, I'll actually try to do more. I'll try to do it. I'll see if I can try to make this a regular thing to where I watch these kind of videos and then I kind of give you some insight as to what's going on and to what probably should happen or what's going to happen. Let me know in the comments if you want more. And I will try to make this a regular thing. That way it's not just reactions. Or at least, random videos. It'll be actually me showing you guys clips of truck driving and me imparting the knowledge that I have onto you. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.